welcome back. So here we are. It's September 27th of 2022, and we got the loop going here. Let me just center this a little bit better. Okay, we'll let the loop play here. And we're going to pick up where we kind of left off last night with this slow-moving CME up here. Okay. And once this loop goes a couple of times, then we'll start pausing it and going through it frame by frame. But I want you to look at the motion over here. Here's this slow-moving CME, and then it has a blast go over it, another blast go over it, another blast go over it. All right, so let me get down here, and we'll pause it at the very beginning here. Okay, back up a few frames. So here's our opening frame right here, and it's all black. But I want you to see over on this side, there's this black circular shape right here. It's casting a little wake off of it as material flows over it and goes past it. Okay, hopefully, let me just see if we can zoom in on this without blinding the camera too much. Okay, so it's this dark pocket right here that I'm talking about, okay? Then as we back out, that dark pocket corresponds right above these red and blue lines, right where they come together. Okay, because I want you to notice that as we start to progress forward. So here's our second frame, which is the first visible one over here. And here you can see we have this little black object right here, and a CME is already happening. It's reacting to this object as it moves out here. All right, we're looking at this round black object right there. And then let me scoot this out of the way. And as we proceed, frame by frame here, there's a second little CME here. See the instrument reacting? This is the second time it's reacting. Let's back up all the way to the beginning. Here's the first reaction right here. That's the first CME caused by this object. Then as we go forward, here's the second CME. Here's our object still. It's moving really slow compared to everything else. Then it causes a third CME that goes over this object. Here's our round object right here. So as we continue, then it causes a fourth CME as our object's still here moving out. Let me zoom out a little bit as we progress here so you can see. So we're fourth CME, and then there's a fifth CME, all right? Now we're going to back up a little bit because there's couple of frames here that really capture our object really well. So right here, I'm going to zoom in over here on the black and white side. Okay, hopefully you can see it now. Here's our round object that all these CMEs have been coming out and flowing over. This thing's creeping out really slow, faster than the solar wind is moving out. And it's causing CME after CME to hit it, and the sun's reacting to it. And it's hard to tell, but there looks like there's a secondary one right down here. Now as we back up a little bit, you can follow these two objects back. Okay, and then we'll go forward. Let me get this magnifier out of the way here. And here's our nice round object right here. It looks like there's a secondary one. It's hard to tell, but then here, even in this faint image right here, you can still make out this circular shape right here with plasma flowing over it and going around it. Okay, so we'll zoom back out of that a little bit, and then as it continues on out, there's the fourth CME. It continues moving out really slowly. Or that was the last CME. That was the fifth one, okay? So, boom. Here we go through the loop again. This slow-moving CME right here is our object. And you see this blast come out and go over it. Another blast come out and go over it. Then another blast come out and go over it as it moves out. Okay, I'm going to put this back into motion here. And let's try something really quick here. I want to see if we can do this. And then put it in motion. Alright. So watch this flow as it goes over that object. So this object is causing multiple CMEs, 4 to 5 of them. And then as we capture the 5th CME as it comes out of that region here, let me pause it again, right? So here's our event again. Let me slide down just a little bit. Okay, back up just a little bit. Right here on this very corner, it appears another one pops out. So here was our main event up here. Then as this last CME comes out, reacts to this one, it appears to have its own little object down here in the corner. And let's just zoom in on this for you guys. Here's our object right here. There's nice round black circular object right there. The CME, as this thing popped out, it connected with the upper one, and then this little one is the secondary to it. As we go backwards, you can see it's made a dent here in our readings on our instrument. Here's our object right there. So there was multiple objects right there. And then this whole time we've been looking over here, we have this object popping out over here. And here you can make out this perfectly round black circular core. I'm going to go over here and zoom in on this some more for you guys, because I want you to see what's going on with our sun. Maybe right there is a better spot. So here's our round black object instrument reacting to it. It has its own little magnetic bubble here. And then as it proceeds out, here we need to zoom back out of this. I'm too zoomed into it. Okay, so here you can still make out this black shadow, and you can see that it has this round circular magnetic field around it. So let's go back a little bit. Okay, it's popping out. So Jupiter and its moons is being closest in the 70-year thing. Yeah, that's a little celestial event, but right now I'm kind of reporting on what's going on with our sun here, because this activity is getting a little out of hand. We got multiple objects per day causing multiple CMEs. Now we got one object causing multiple CMEs. So let's just start back again and watch this flow. And I don't know how well my camera picks it up, but maybe if I speed it up just a little bit. There we go. I don't know if my camera picks it up that well, so I'll slow it down. Just watch how slowly this part creeps out and stuff flows over it. There's several CMEs that hit it and flow right over that object as it's moving out. And then we got this one sneaking out over here too. Hi, Whitetail 7. I got an email from you, and maybe I'll return your email here and we can chat about Jupiter in the emails. But for right now, I'm making a video, so we'll pick up on that in the emails. But for right now, it's this object coming out really slowly, causing multiple CMEs, with a secondary object coming out over here, and another object coming out over here. I mean, the sun's being bombarded and just spitting out multiple CMEs per day now, so I just wanted to bring this to you guys, because when I watch this stuff happening and I can see what's going on here, there's no explanations for it from anybody, so that's why I got to do this stuff and report it for you guys, because I don't think anybody else really realizes what's going on there. I don't even think NASA's sure what's going on, to tell you the truth. these objects are made of like dark matter. They're so dense that they absorb light, just like a black hole. A black hole isn't a hole in the space-time continuum. It's a spheroid that's super dense. It's so dense that it absorbs light. When it absorbs light, and light cannot reflect off of it. So if light cannot reflect off of it, you can't see it. So it's invisible. But when these things interact with the sun's plasma drapes over these invisible objects and paints them and the contour of them, much like throwing a tablecloth over an invisible table. So this fluid motion of going over these objects paints these objects like a target, and shows the back sides, the front sides, and these reactions to the sun aren't just sunspots burping up CMEs. This object right here attracted 3 to 4 CMEs itself. So there's more going on. The physics is all changed. I think they just admitted that the Big Bang theory wasn't correct. So I think they got a lot of learning to do, and here we are in the process of learning. So that's it for tonight, folks. I just wanted to bring this one to you. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And Whitetail7, I'll get to you on that email. And thank you for watching. And until my next video, bye. Oh, check out my series of shorts I'm doing too.